Hello, it's time for a book tag. So hello, my name is Nicole, and yeah, I'm gonna be doing the booktube habits tag today. This was originally created, he thinks, by Mike at Bibliophile Reads. I will put his channel name in the description box below, and I was tagged by Kim at Middle of the Book March, and I will also put her channel in the description box below. Right? Description box. I always say like comment box when I mean description box, etc. Whatever, let's get into it. There are just 8 simple questions. I'm just gonna real quickly read them off of my little scrap of note paper here. And yeah, let's get into it. This whole tag is just about like, as a booktuber, how do I go about like making the videos for my channel. So question number 1 is, do I film in batches or do I do one video at a time? And I've actually had people ask me this before because they feel like I put up a lot of videos. I actually film one video at a time. I almost never film more than one video a day, and I almost never have. And currently the way that I do it is I do one video a day, Tuesday through Friday, most weeks, but about every 3rd week I take off and film nothing. And filming that frequently seems to be enough to help me post 2 videos a week, and one on Wednesday, one on Saturday, and the every other week videos for my channel members. And it also keeps me pretty far ahead. Sometimes I'm kind of like, what are we going to talk about today? But most of the time it works out pretty well. Number 2, are my videos scripted, outlined, or chaotic? Well, I don't know why we have to choose one, and I don't know why, if we're not scripted or outlined, that necessarily means we're chaotic. That said, mine are never scripted. I never write every single thing out. I do outline specifically my weekly reading wrap-ups where I'm going to review something, but even that I'm trying to change and be even less outlined, because I don't know, I just feel like it's not as fun if I'm just sitting here like reading to people out loud about what I wrote about a book. So I'm trying to figure out a way to really just have major points that just trigger in my mind what it was I wanted to talk about. And that's generally how my outlines go. I don't even know that it's fair to call them an outline, such as they're more like bullet points of what I want to go over. And does that tend to lead to them sometimes being chaotic? Yeah, but usually only if I start touching books. That's honestly like the chaos monster in my life. Number 3, how long do I actually spend filming? It depends on what I'm filming, but really not long. I would say probably the longest videos are my weekly reading wrap-ups because I'm reviewing usually multiple books. Most of my videos take about as long to film as they take to watch, maybe 5 to 10 minutes longer, just because there's like awkward pauses and I need to look at my papers or shuffle things around or that kind of thing. But yeah, I'd say probably my average film takes about like 20 to 30 minutes. If it's a 10-minute video, it maybe takes 15 minutes to film, if that. I don't tend to have like 10 or 20 minutes of footage that I'm cutting out of my video, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay, number 4, do I have an editing pet peeve? Surprisingly, I don't anymore. I think the reason I'm stuck is at one point I was using an editing software, and that software had a pet peeve in it. But I've switched editing software, and so now I don't have that problem. So if I had an editing pet peeve at this point, it would just be I'd prefer not to edit. That's like my least favorite part. I love filming, and then I'm like, stop talking, Nicole, because you're just creating more for you to have to edit. But I do also like at least the way my videos look when they're edited, so I do still edit most of them. I try not to edit them heavily, but sometimes like crazy things come out my mouth. And sometimes I leave them in there, and sometimes I'm like, no, sorry, no one else needs to know that. Number 5, thumbnail or title struggle. I guess these are both kind of a struggle for me. Like, I never feel like my thumbnails like look as good as they could, or like I'd want them to. I don't know. You know, comparison is, what is it? The enemy of the devil itself. So whatever that phrase is. If I compare my thumbnails and titles to other people's, I'm like, I like others better, but I don't know. It's not something I want to sit and fret over and spend a lot of time thinking about. So generally, I'm pleased with whatever thumbnail it is that I put out there. I do feel like earlier on, it was easier to figure out how to title your thumbnails, because that is actually what affects how the algorithm picks up your videos, but they've changed that information. And so now my videos are just titled whatever. And is that search engine optimized? Who knows? Who cares? At least I personally don't. I'm just trying to help you figure out what my video is about, and there you go. Number 6, do stats influence your reading choices? What stats? I don't even know what stats would be included. I haven't finished watching Kim's video, so I haven't gotten to this question, so maybe I should have. But then I also thought it was funny that I had no idea what stats it was referring to. Are there stats that I should be checking to read my book? Do they mean like star ratings? Clearly, I'm not checking anything before reading the book. Like half the time, I'm not even reading the whole back of the book before reading. I have changed that recently. The things that most influence my reading choices at this point are what it says on the back of the book and what the writing is like in the first few pages and then about halfway through the book. That's what I'm checking the most. Number 7, most refilmed video. I don't know if I could think of one specific video that I like filmed and refilmed, but if I had to take a category of them, it would probably end up being my TBR game videos. Those are actually really fun to film, but there are some where like I've made tweaks to the game or changed things where like it just made no sense what ended up happening, because like every pick was a unicorn pick or something like that, and I was like, that feels skewed, and so I've had to refilm. I have had a couple of times since getting my new camera, which I'm filming on today, where I have accidentally recorded in slow motion with no sound, but that's only happened like twice, and that's not true. It's happened on multiple different videos, but not on just one video. But yeah, so I'll say my TBR game for this one. I'm pretty sure there's probably 1 or 2 TBR games where I was trying something new and I had to refilm it multiple times to get it to work. And finally, number 8 is comfort video format. So is there a video format or layout or something like that that I'm most comfortable with? I'm assuming that's like, is there a video style, like the way I film it, that I'm most comfortable with? And I don't think so. I think the like easiest one is me sitting here at my desk, which is where we are right now, even though I look like I'm just sitting in a random place in my room. And that would just be because like, this is where my computer is. I need to sometimes look at things while I'm filming. This is where my camera equipment is. I'm near a window, so I have lighting. So it's really easy to just like lift the tripod up, turn my camera on and film. So I guess if I have a comfort filming format, it would be sitting and at my desk. Does that answer the question? I don't know why these questions seem so complicated to me. I probably should have watched more people answer them before answering them myself, but oh well, there we have it. So that's it. I'm gonna do what Kim and I believe Mike both did and just say, if you have a booktube channel, tag you're it. So you can go ahead and do this tag if you would like to, there's no pressure. And yeah, if you don't have a booktube channel, but you watch booktube videos, let me know one thing you love about booktube and one thing that's a pet peeve of yours in like booktube editing and videos or thumbnails. And you don't have to do both if you don't want to. I know some people like don't like to criticize other people or put anything out there that sounds negative, so you do you. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye. Awkward pause that will be edited out.